And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson.
And Demarcus Robinson may be unheralded in that Kansas City track squad of wide receivers, but he's been dependable for these Chiefs the past few years.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Anthony Hitchens gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the 2nd one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And Kansas City drafted Mecole Hardman, hoping he could be something of a Tyreek Hill clone. They're still trying to find his exact niche. He did have 41 catches last year, and he makes a nice one there.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Room to run past midfield. And finally marked down at... At the 42-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Chiefs.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
A good rookie season for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but I do believe a lot of people thought that he would be more of a factor in the passing game for KC last year. Remember, he had 55 catches his final season at LSU. Wound up with only 36.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt them. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Mahomes firing complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson flush to his right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll buy some time right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Sammy Watkins, of course, played for these Chiefs the last 3 years, part of the championship team, Super Bowl 54 against the 49ers. Had some problems staying on the field, but when he did, he was productive. And the Ravens know that a healthy Sammy Watkins for them, that can be a big headache for opposing defenses.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Jackson. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Jackson. And this is caught. That's Watkins. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37.
And these two continue to work so well together. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Maybe the best quarterback and tight end in the game today. 105 catches for Kelce last year. 2nd among NFL tight ends.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And a good catch there by Mark Andrews. And many think that paired with Lamar Jackson, they may be the best quarterback-tight end combo this side of Mahomes and Kelsey.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
We've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey, runs over him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad